Oh, YouTube, it has been a bit. I still have to push the last 2 episodes live because it's been a bit, because the last couple of times... This is a cursed playthrough. The last 2 times we have tried to do this, I had internet issues and I got sick live.
I remember.
And I felt terrible about it.
And I told you it was okay.
It's always kind of when you have to end something live like that, but health comes first. But it's good to be back, and let's see, last time we played was February 6th.
Oh. I'm just gonna put something on my cat cam here because it just came in the mail today.
What'd you get?
No. Glasses slip.
That's right, we just finished the burying of Karin.
Oh, yes. Yeah, it's a little Rousey plush.
Aw.
Arrived from Fangamer.
Sophia just buried Karin.
Yeah.
And
I kind of figured that she was going to die because, you know, she's like the childhood friend that's standing in the way of the romance, but...
Yep. I believe you
right.
were doing the narration for Sophia and voicing Sophia.
Mm-hmm. Just have a little sip of my peach tea here.
Ooh, yum.
Mm-hmm. I stare at Karin's freshly dug grave. I'm motionless as a statue. I'm here, but I'm not. I breathe, but I don't. My tears have run dry. Half of what I used to be, and I won't ever be whole again.
I love you, Sophia. I always have.
The last words are an endless echo in the hollow chamber of my heart.
Jesus.
I mean, yeah, she's literally just died. Yeah, she's at that point where it's just, if you're not feeling numb, you're feeling far too much. I can still feel the warmth of her lips on mine, even though the warmth from her body is gone. The ground is cold. The entire world is cold now that her flame has gone out.
Don't you dare blame yourself for this. You hear me? I'll haunt you if you do. Sam.
Right? Karin tried to absolve me from the guilt she knew would eat me alive. I dragged her on those missions. Me, with my obsession with the princess. How could I not blame myself? She'd still be here if it were not for my actions. My mind is a scramble of thoughts and uncertainty. But there is one thing I'm sure of. I have to leave the Resistance. There's no way I can face them after this. No way I can be their leader anymore.
Jeez.
Hi, Transfam. Thanks for looking. I'm leaving. I'm stepping down from my position and giving it to Glasistov. She will lead you from now on.
I just want to say, like, the character design and all that, all things considered, they look like they would fit into Girls Frontline or Arknights.
You know, I can see that.
Like, it's not just the art style, but just, like, they have that vibe. All of them.
Right. I also said that they had, like, a little bit of, like... Yeah, it's like Arknights meets Ruby.
Yeah, it kind of does.
My words are greeted with silence. No one looks happy, but no one looks surprised either. It's the only thing I could have done. Jumping before being pushed.
I agree with that decision. I will gladly take charge. Hell, if you hadn't offered it, I would have demanded it. That said, I think the least you can offer us is an explanation.
my girlfriend died. Well, the gal who would totally have been her girlfriend if she had, stepped up and said something. I lower my gaze. I can't tell them about the vampire princess and the research we've been doing. Her reputation is damaged enough, but I'll not drag Kareen's name through the mud. For all they know, weapons were the reason we were there, and weapons we got. Time for me to give up on ridiculous fairy tales. Fairy tales that get people killed.
Yeah, but what if those fairy tales are real?
You better
Right?
start
I mean, we're
believing
living
in
in a
fairy
world with
tales,
magic and-
princess.
We're living in a world with magic and vampires, We're saying fairy tales are off the table. But the irony is, the princess and the prophecy is the real reason I formed the resistance. The box my mother gave me on the day she was arrested with clues about the progenitor's app started all of this. Kareen and I had made it our mission to see justice served and to stand against the government. But following the threads of my mother's theories had always been in the front of our minds.
We're waiting.
When you have an unexplainable yearning for a vampire princess and you start a whole ass rebellion around it.
I saw this hot lady in my dreams, okay?
I mean,
That's my explanation. Shut up.
I've started wars for less. I've got to give them something. I swallowed, trying to compose myself and look up. It was my fault Kareen died. I should have planned better.
But, leader...
Masha shoots Mina an annoyed look, but she shrugs it off.
I was with you and Kareen in her final moments. She said you shouldn't blame yourself for it. It was an accident.
We were there when you kissed as well. It was, a little weird. But, we kind of get it. I clench my fists, digging my nails into the palms of my hands until they almost bleed.
Yeesh. It was no accident. Vasiliev was the one who said on the walkie-talkie they had one more thing to do. Whatever you two were up to in there was the reason you got trapped. You should not have delayed once I had warned you.
I see how Mina is about to retort, but I look at her and shake my head. The last thing I want is to create friction inside the group.
I'd like to create fan fiction inside the group.
Hey.
Hey, yo! Am I right, fellas?
Mina bites her lip and doesn't say anything. I turn my head to address all the members of the Resistance. I made a mistake. A mistake I will have to live with. A leader makes a call and accepts the responsibility. I hope that Glazostov never finds herself in the position I do now. Thank you, everyone, for all you have done and will continue to do. I'm sure you are in good hands with Glazostov. I wish you a bright future. I bow my head and walk away. I have only to collect my belongings and I'll be gone.
I'm keeping the gun, though.
I was gonna say, I'm taking this big-ass Dragunov with me. When I'm about to leave the Resistance quarters, someone grabs my arm. I turn around to see Mina.
Sophia. There will always be a place for you in the Resistance if you ever want to continue the fight you started.
Thank you. But I don't know when I will be back or if I will ever be back. You'll be better off without me anyway. I hadn't intended to sound so bitter, but my words seemed to shock Mina. She let go of my arm, and I used that opportunity to walk away. To walk away and never turn back. I walk listlessly, my mind far away. My thoughts a blur. I don't know where to go. I don't know what to do. Everyone is gone. Mother, Karine. I'm alone.
Jeez.
Life has lost its purpose, and everything I see reminds me of her.
Jeez.
Yeah, like I get, like they're laying it on thick, but I feel like they're allowed to right now.
Yeah.
I look up to see a tall building, and my memories begin to blur with reality. Ghosts of our past come out to play, taunting me and haunting me with their sweet sorrow. A beautiful girl around my age stared back at me from a window on the second floor. Her blonde hair fell in long cascades of light, and her skin was pale.
Out of the way.
She jumped.
Damn, I need practice.
She stood, then glared at me.
Stay away.
The images fade like sparks spiraling beyond my grasp into a black night sky. I don't want to forget her, but I know these ghosts are nothing but echoes and whispers, regrets and promises of things which could have been, but now never will. I bow my head and keep walking.
Just a little volume. There we go.
I get that, like, anime shadow in front of my face. I end up at our secret base.
Oh, great.
Yeah, the place where it all started. Little wonder my feet have betrayed me and brought me here. For this is where my fondest memories of Karine lie, hidden, locked in a chest for which there is now no key. This is the place where everything started. The place where the resistance started.
Also, hi, Emmy.
You can be part of our family.
I sometimes forget that this is her, considering she's
Right.
like lost a lot of color, like hiding in the shadows.
Yeah, and she's like cut her hair as well.
Like this is the same character still.
Mm-hmm.
What?
If your family doesn't appreciate you, then we can be your family. You know, it's Pride Month. That's a good thing to say to everybody right now.
Yeah. Happy Pride.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm sure Agatha would be delighted to have me there all the time eating endless borscht.
I'm serious.
Is it borscht or is it pronounced borscht? Is T silent?
I think... Honestly, I don't know. Karine looked deeply into my eyes and then leant in and hugged me tightly. I hugged her back and we stayed like that for a long time. Because we believed we had all the time in the world. I stayed there for a few minutes before the weight of the past becomes too heavy. This place still holds traces of her presence, but they're sad and lifeless like the old dusty cobwebs in the rafters. Nobody said anything about me just like toting this gun through the streets. After more wandering, I find myself at the entrance of the manor's hall we visited when we were young. The place is even more dilapidated, though there are signs that children still play here. Yeah, she like fell through the floor or something when it like collapsed under. Yeah. I'm about to enter when I hear a ghostly laugh.
No wonder it's abandoned. It's a dump.
Maybe you should send one of your cleaners over.
Stop it.
Sorry, princess. Hey, see that white stuff? It's called dust. How do we keep ending up in, like, Jody visual novels where I'm the one calling you princess and...
I don't know, sunshine.
I wiped a speck on her pristine jacket. Karine looked down, then back at me with a murderous glint in her eyes.
This too is Yuri.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's on.
Catch me if you can.
You should look at yourself. You look so weird.
I shake myself and step back. I need to find a place that holds no memories of her. A place where I can be free from my mistakes.
Have you tried therapy?
There's no therapy in this world. And I do. I wander enough that I find myself in an unfamiliar part of town. No memories of Karine there. This is new. But who's following me? Another ghost? I realize I have a tail, and this time it's more than just a sad memory. My instincts immediately kick in and my heart starts to beat. Who is it? Someone from the Resistance come to make me pay? A guard from the warehouse who's recognized me? I duck into an alley and increase my pace. I try to lose them, twisting this way and that. But whoever's following me clearly knows the area better than I, because they're not fooled.
Oh my god.
When I reach a dead end, I look around desperately. There's only an old dumpster I can use for cover. I jump in, check my gun is loaded, and hold it ready. An hour ago, I would have welcomed the oblivion of death. But the sudden danger makes me realize there's still some fight in me. Besides, my mission is incomplete. I owe it to Karine and to my mother to finish what we started. A silhouette of my follower appears in the entrance of the alley, but it's dark and it's hard to distinguish their features.
Is it the princess?
It's gotta be. I shrink back and focus on the sound of their footsteps. They draw nearer. My trigger finger twitches in anticipation. My heart is beating in my ears. I take a deep breath to compose myself, open my eyes, and step out.
Alright, I'm gonna hop off my PC. However, before I do, is there anything you need me to do? I just gotta DM you later. And just, chat with you a little bit more, Mira.
Sounds good.
And if you like, just bring some more people on in Chapter 6. Man, let's just take in her outfit for a moment.
Right? Like, this is absolutely goals right here.
That top is struggling and carrying.
This is what they really use their blood magic for.
I nervously pace up and down the corridor awaiting judgment. Oh yeah, last chapter we saw her, she went sicko mode because they took her maid away.
Yep, just shredded the walls of the council and caused a big old fuss.
Thoughts flit through my mind, a demonic voice shattering glass, Nadia gone, the blood trickling down Yulian's face. It's not the first time I felt this power, I realize. Remembering all those years ago when I scared him in the training ground, but this is the first time I've lost control. The first time I've realized I'm potentially dangerous. What happened? Where did it come from? What does this mean? Could it be connected to the prophecy?
I think I did this guy.
Yes.
Sweetheart, you need to calm down. Everything is going to be fine.
I stop in my tracks and look at my father. How can you know that after what I did? I lower my voice to add, after what I did to Yulian. I think we set it up so that I would read all of Katya's lines, you would read all of Sophia's, but then we would all, like, I would read all of the side characters of Sophia, you would read all the side characters of Katya.
Okay, yeah, I can do that. Yulian is fine. He only suffered minor injuries.
I don't care if they were minor. He shouldn't have suffered any injuries. It was all my fault. Yulian is like a brother to me. I can't stand the thought of harming him. Could this be why I acted so strongly around Nadia? The night I lost control and tried to devour her? I suddenly feel like I don't know myself anymore.
It was an accident. Besides, Lord Stanislav is doing everything he can to help.
Fuck Stanislav!
Right?
I don't trust him. I'm surprised you do, considering the way he treats you.
Yeah, for those who don't remember, her father is basically monarch in name only. Council is really the ones who hold all the power, particularly Stanislav, because he's got all the military backing.
A flicker of hurt touches my father's face, but he does his best to hide it.
I understand why you don't trust him, but I'm afraid this time we don't have much of a choice. Like him or not, he does have the country's best interests at heart. And yours, dear, considering his offer to marry his firstborn.
Yeah, but have you considered asking your daughter what she wants?
Right. It pains me to say this, but your father is right. After what happened, all we can do is wait for his verdict and hope it's for the best.
My mother's words annoy me because I know she is right. I don't want to hurt anyone else. I must get help, even if it comes from someone like Stanislav. I look up as the huge wooden door creaks open.
Council is ready to receive you, Your Highness.
I look one more time at my parents, take a deep breath, and walk inside.
And I kill them all.
I enter the room with determination and stand up as straight as I can. The fact that wind is still blowing in through the broken windows doesn't help. I see two of the council members with bandages on their faces. They haven't healed?
Huh.
I'm sorry. Oh, right. Her name is Vlaka, not Katya. I don't know why I said Katya.
Is a very Russian name as well.
I'm not sure I really mean it, but it feels like the right thing to say. I lost control. I never meant to harm. Or I never meant anyone harm.
You are a powerful vampire, Vlatka, but you lack discipline, amongst other things. You are wild, unpredictable. No one is safe if you react like you did. You are supposed to protect your people, not hurt them.
I know, I just want to make this right.
There are some here that think your powers might be a sign that at long last the prophecy is going to be fulfilled. Finally, the two worlds of humans and vampires might truly know peace.
I don't know what to say.
But you are dangerous. If you are left to develop your powers unguided, it is uncertain what will happen. Instead of peace, there could be destruction. The progenitor's genes are in your blood. Some say he may even find a way back, be reborn through you. That would bring an age of darkness to the land.
The progenitor?
Oh, Cain.
Even as I say the words, I recall the demonic voice I heard in my head and feel a cold sweat wash over me.
You'll need help, Princess, and we are not the ones who can give it to you. For that, we will need to trust the humans.
The humans?
Yes, we have little choice. The research into our genetics far exceeds our own, and they have far greater technology and research centers.
Yeah, it makes sense that humans have developed faster than the vampires, but vampires are more powerful because they got
magic.
Right?
And
why bother
borderline
making
immortality
technology when you can make blood swords? We've never had the need for their laboratories. We don't get sick. We're not weak like they are. But now it might be the only way for us to understand what is happening to you, and to bring your powers under control.
Okay. But how can we trust them?
How can they trust you? Because they want the same thing as us. Peace. And believe me, nobody wants the progenitor to walk the earth again. He was a Dark Lord and should remain dead or banished. Bereshev understands the situation. He also knows that I personally have things at stake. Wait, oh shit, I said the S word in Vampire Company. So you will not be harmed. In fact, when you return, you will marry my son.
No.
I'm like, oh, I'll never come back then.
Don't I get to say in this?
I think we've all heard what you've had to say. You're a princess, Vlatka. Start acting like one. What's more, the fate of the world could be in your hands.
How about you sit and fucking spin?
Right?
That's some tickle bitty. Exactly, Meaver. Also, hi, Meaver.
Hello, Lola. Grow up. Accept your role. Give up these pathetic fantasies of human blood needs. Control your emotions, or your friends and family might not be so lucky next time you have one of your temper tantrums.
Fuck you! Hold on.
Right?
Forgot to make a save. How's my vampiring? It's going pretty good so far. I hang my head, feeling like a silly little girl. Is he right? Was my secret crush on Nadia selfish? Shouldn't I hold my people and my kingdom and the fate of the world as a higher priority? I certainly don't want to hurt anyone else. Isn't your happiness what helps maintain your powers?
She's a princess. She
Oh, that's not her.
get to be.
That's not her father. That's someone completely unrelated.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, she's a princess. She doesn't get to be happy, you know, and she always wants more, you know. It's the rule of storytelling.
If you think the decision is wise, then I have no choice but to accept. Stanislav shows his wolf's grin.
Hi, Ash. How you doing? Finally, a bit of maturity.
I want to punch that man until he is a fine paste. But this is a
Right.
lot to take in. I mean, do you really believe I'm the princess from the prophecy?
Just like in through the front, out through the back of the skull.
Stanislav shrugs.
That is what we need to find out. You might be. You could be. The signs are there. But if you're unable to control your powers, what good would it do? What happens next all depends on receiving that. But what happens next all depends on you receiving the right guidance. With restraint, maturity, and focus, you could become the leader the world needs.
So here's my thought. Sophia has been having dreams of the princess for the longest time. Vlatka has had dreams of a girl that looks like Nadia or Sophia.
Uh-huh.
That's why she's so attracted to Nadia. My thought is she's over in the human realm, finding her way to one of these labs, but sees Sophia after Sophia has gone through all this. There's going to be instant fireworks between these two, but there's going to be a lot of guilt between them because they're like, I'm reminded of my ex from you.
Yeah, because they both have an ex that was like violently taken from them in one way or
Depresso
another.
espresso, Yuri.
Mm-hmm. Had some bitter depresso espresso. Otherwise, you might be consumed by your own power and suffer the same fate as the progenitor.
Also, you wanna see some Tiggerbigs? You wanna see some bigger ones? Hold on, we'll get right back into it. I just wanna.
Lord. God, like the Blood Maid.
Holy shit!
Right?
They knew what they were doing with this design.
Mm-hmm. God damn.
They really know what they're doing with this with these character designs. Let me tell you that.
Yeah, everyone is breasting boobily, and we're here for it. Guy has drip, but he ruins it with the haircut.
Yeah.
I mean, he is meant to look like a douchebag. We are meant to hate him.
They got some Tiggle bitters in this one.
Mm-hmm.
However, the writing is very, very great. It's not schlock.
Right?
I shudder remembering the old pages of the history books Monica used to show me, when blood bathed the world and the progenitor waded through it, feasting on his victims. And the humans are okay with this? They will simply take me in?
As I said, we all want peace. No one wants to return to those dark days. But yes, they are doing me a favor. I will be in Bereshev's debt. He knows that you marrying my son will put me in a very powerful position. I'm sure he'll have a list of demands to add to his price.
Huh.
Yeah, like this guy, and like
everything is to make his own
sleeves.
ends meet.
Oh, absolutely. Like, yeah, this guy has like clearly heard of sleeves, but he knows that vampires wear capes, so he just he wears it like one. But they have no choice but to help. Left unchecked, you're like a ticking time bomb on their borders.
Oh, fuck you.
Mhm.
There's nothing I can say to that, and he knows it. I don't really have a leg to stand on. If I don't get help, I could lose control. I'm also aware that being sent away means marriage plans will be postponed, which works in my favor. This way I can find a way out of this engagement, because there is no plane of existence in which I would marry Mihai Stanislav. Fuck yeah.
Yep.
If I am to save the world, I'll do it by myself. What will you tell the public? They will worry if their princess disappears all of a sudden, and I doubt it would be a good idea to tell the truth.
Of course, this will be a secret between us. Your departure will be portrayed as a beneficial cultural exchange.
Hey, yeah, you have the power to just manifest extra blood, not just use the blood in your own body with your special magic. You could be the reincarnation of the progenitor. You could also, help save the world. Marry my son, please.
Right. But, and also,
be a figurehead.
You're an emotional woman who, could do a Menzies and kill us all. So we're sending you away to learn some control and be submissive and breedable.
Absolutely fuck this dude. We're here for the lesbians.
Absolutely. Wait for the princess to learn some of the human customs and traditions. It will help you to empathize with them and keep the truths when you come into power. Unity, bonding, building bridges. That's how we'll spin it.
Hey, you know what's going to be even better for peace between vampires and humans? Princess marries a human.
Indeed.
I suppose that makes sense.
Then that's it. It's all set. You'd better start packing. I'll have a car sent for you by dusk. Your bloodmate had better help. Oh, wait. No, she's gone.
When everyone left, Lord Stanislav picks up the phone. The phone rings 3 times before someone answers.
Lord Stanislav, is it all as we arranged?
My guess is he's going to try and have her killed.
Oh yeah, 100%. It is. The princess will be delivered to you tomorrow at dawn.
Yep.
Good. I am trusting you, Barishev. Don't disappoint me. Relax. We'll make sure no harm comes to her. Apart from the obvious side effects. Oh, they're gonna fuck with her and they want to make her submissive and breedable. You will ensure that her power is gone. In particular, anything related to mind control.
Oh, she can be a super vampire, not just a blood magic vampire. She has the full suite.
Right, yeah, if she's gonna be the reincarnation of the progenitor, then she's, they want to make sure that they can control her. I think you and I can both agree that world peace would not be in our best interests. Our government functions flawlessly because of the threat we protect our people from. And you look like you enjoy a cushy life.
Lord Stanislav snarls. He doesn't like humans. He particularly doesn't like Barishev. But then doing business with someone doesn't always have to be friendly.
And what will you want in return? I know you never do anything for free. Our scientists will be very interested to research such powerful blood. If it is the progenitor, as you say, the progenitor gene could be fascinating. Oh, he wants to make super soldiers.
Lord Stanislav expected as much. He is not pleased, but it is a compromise. At least this way, he'll get to keep his power.
You know, suddenly, Lord Stanislav's power doesn't look as, it looks a whole lot more precarious than we first thought. I don't care about your sordid plans, but should any harm come to the princess, you will be the first one I come for when the truth shatters. And I shall be waiting. But alas, it won't come to that. You can have her back, and your son can sow his seeds. Just neutralize the gene and get back to me. The ruse of her social visit will only last so long. We will welcome the princess with open arms.
Something tells me they're not going to be able to, mute the gene. No matter what they try to do. Hi, Ragnasil!
But I also think there's going to be some, vampire gene splicing body horror potentially.
Maybe.
Hey, Ragnasil. Good to see you. Just thinks his son is a farmer and he's... no. Maybe he just thinks, Russian farmer, everything, Who knows? Tighten up security on your border. I don't want anything going wrong in the exchange. It will all be taken care of. Mutes the microphone to laugh in an evil way.
Once all my things are inside the vehicle, I turn to look at my parents. I've never been good with goodbyes. Goodbye, Mother and Father. Before I can finish, my father hugs me tightly.
Oh.
I'm taken aback. I don't remember being hugged by either of my parents since I was little. It's not that we don't love each other, but we have never been a very emotional family.
You have to take care of yourself. Promise me that.
I promise. I hug him back awkwardly. After a few moments, my father takes a step back. My mother steps forward and squeezes me tightly before letting go.
We will miss you, dear.
I will miss you too. I didn't think I would ever say that, but at this moment I find it's true. Before I get cold feet, I turn and get into the car. I watch as my parents get smaller out of the rear window until eventually they are lost from view. Short chapter.
Right? I guess we're going back in time again then to, I don't remember what the present year was. I arrived at work to find the door still chained shut. Oh wait, is this the blood maid?
Yeah, it's Nadia.
Yeah. That's weird. Agatha is always here at this time. I looked around, but saw no sign of Agatha. I sat on the sidewalk for a while, watching the road, but she still didn't come. Some people were looking at me, whispering. I started to feel uncomfortable. Is there a problem? The people seemed reluctant to speak with me, but one man wandered over.
You waiting for that Agapov woman?
Yes, Agatha. I work for her.
I think you're gonna be waiting a while.
Why is that?
There's Surprised you haven't heard. She's been arrested.
I'm sorry, what?
Arrested! Apparently she was involved in distributing vampire propaganda and slandering the name of our good government.
No, there must be some sort of mistake.
If you know what's good for you, I get out of here. The police may think you were in cahoots.
I look around worriedly. The man had a point. If Agatha really had been arrested, me sitting outside of her place could only bring unwanted attention. I thanked the man and walked off, my head full of thoughts. First, Agatha. Involved in propaganda? What the fuck? I don't think I've seen her swear up until this point.
that line took me out of it.
Right? Like, up until this point, she's been, like, really prim and proper, but, like, it never occurred to me that, like, maybe just once she's outside of the palace, she just, like, goes out into a field and just, like, starts cussing up a storm, like she's, like, venting all of the, like, bad language build-up she's been, like, keeping in the whole day. And second, shit, what am I going to do for money now? So this is, like, before she was a blood maid. I was worried for Agatha, I really was. But if she was caught, there was nothing I could do for her. My main priority right now was my own family. In particular, my mother, who needed her medication bills paid. Not to mention putting food on the table for myself and my younger sisters. How was I going to be able to support them? Once again, the real antagonist is capitalism. Mom, I have some bad news. I lowered my head and started fiddling with the hem of my dress, as I always did when I was nervous.
Uh-oh. What is it, sweetie?
My mother was bedbound, and she reached out a thin hand to hold mine. The love I saw in her eyes made me feel even guiltier.
Uh-oh.
Oh, Mr. Pig, thank you very much for the raid.
Huh.
Thank you for coming in. Yeah, for
Hello,
those who don't
fantastic
know-
Mr. Pig.
Welcome, welcome. For those who don't know me, my name is Lola, the world's only Molotov cocktail Vtuber. I checked. I'm joined tonight by the wonderful index page as we read a book about lesbian vampires.
Hey there, everybody.
What are you streaming tonight? I lost my job.
Whatever happened? Why would Agatha let you go? You're a very hard worker.
So you haven't heard?
Heard what, dear?
To be honest, I wasn't surprised. My mother rarely left the house. And even if she did, people around here were too scared to gossip about anything related to the government. Even in our house, I found myself whispering my next words.
Lola?
Yeah, I was addressing chat, sorry. Agatha has been arrested.
Also, Nier Automata's fun. I really gotta play that.
Never played it, but I've heard good things about it. Before my mother could say anything, I continued. Something to do with propaganda. I'm sure it will get sorted out, but that's not the point. The point is, I'm out of a job. How are we going to afford your pills? My mom patted my hand with a tender smile on her face.
It's okay, sweetie. We'll get by. It was never your responsibility to help out in the house in the first place.
It is my responsibility as the oldest. We can't expect Lilia to work. She's only 12.
I mean, yeah, that's fair. Child labor
Yep.
sucks.
Yep, we're about to open up the Book of Laws here and just pick child labor. I will find a way to support you. I will. Suddenly, an idea came to my mind. A way to make the money I needed and more. Way more.
Oh. That's how she became a blood maid?
Mm-hmm.
You said you were 24 years old, is that correct?
I fidgeted nervously. He couldn't tell I was lying, could he? Yes, sir.
Okay, do you have any health problems we need to be aware of? Any condition from a chronic disease to a weak body?
No, sir. I'm healthy.
Any allergies we should know of?
Bullshit.
No.
Are you a smoker or a drinker?
No, neither.
Are you telling the truth? You know we'll find out through your analysis.
I'm not lying, sir.
Very well. Do you have any experience working as a servant?
I don't, but I'm a quick learner and willing to do everything that is requested of me.
I see. What is your blood type?
Red. I don't know, sir. I've never needed to know.
That's okay. We'll await your results. Now, I must say that you are slightly young. Most blood maids don't get accepted until their mid-20s.
Didn't she say that she was like 18 when she first like entered into her like Vlatka's service?
Yeah, she lied.
Yeah, I was gonna say like she is really overstating her age. God damn.
Yeah, she's
Lisa.
just to make some money.
Yep. Kind of sucks that she has to resort to what is basically fantasy sex work to pay the bills. Like, it's a valid form of career, but she shouldn't have to. Shouldn't have to if she doesn't want to. Please, sir, I'm willing to do anything, to sacrifice everything, as long as the money is sent over the border to keep my family alive and well fed.
We will see what your analysis says, but be prepared to come back in a couple of years.
I can't wait that long.
Not my decision, I'm afraid. We'll just have to wait.
I nodded and fidgeted nervously in my chair. After about an hour, a man in a lab coat entered the room. He had a hushed conversation with the social worker. I couldn't hear their words, but I saw a look of surprise come over the social worker's face. When the doctor left, the social worker tapped away on his computer for a moment, before sitting back in his chair.
Well, well, who would have thought? You're in luck, Miss Fedorov. You have a sought-after blood type. AB negative, the rarest blood type.
Is that good?
Very good. Apparently it tastes better and is more nutritious. Not that I can personally vouch for that.
I've only had A through O. So you might have a position for me?
You could say that. In fact, there has been an extra special request for someone with your blood type. You know, less than 1% of the population has this.
The only time Nadia is going to be part of the 1%.
Fuck you! Fuck you! I throw you against the wall.
Hey, yo. I don't care about extra special. I'll take anything as long as my family is provided for.
How are your social manners, Miss Fedorov? Your etiquette.
Fine. I was brought up well.
Good, because you're going to need them. The vampire princess herself is in need of a new blood maid, and you fit the requirements.
My mouth dropped open and it took me a moment for the words to sink in. I'm sorry, did you say princess?
Indeed I did, and I hope you're ready. They want you next week.
Huh. 3 years later.
Yep.
Oh!
The blood type was AB negative.
It wasn't
and
the
they were looking
princess.
for- Oh. Huh. Yeah, they did say that she was taken away, but oh my god, like, look at her neck. She may not be long for this world.
Yeah, those don't look like teeth marks.
Either that or they look like way too many. Oh shit.
You're gonna be talking to yourself. Enjoy.
I was gonna say, is she about to be like? Is she about to get shot? My God. It's like, hey, I shot your
I
blood maid, but
I
hey.
technically shot myself.
I step out, my finger squeezing the trigger, and I'm met with my reflection. At least, that's my first thought. A girl that looks so much like me, it gives me pause. She gasps and holds up her hands. Don't shoot, please. Who are you and why the hell are you following me? Her hands are thin and trembling. And, you know, she's covered in blood. How was that not the first thing you noticed?
How do you know her name? Oh, right.
Right?
You worked with her
Please
mother.
True. Oh, yeah. Please don't hurt me, Sophia. Yeah, she's probably seen pictures. Hearing my name rattles me a bit, but not enough to make me lower my gun.
Okay.
How do you know my name? Answer me. It's me, Nadia Fedorov. I frown. The name rings a bell, but I'm too tense to think. Nadia who? Nadia who? Explain yourself. I worked with your mom, Agatha. I have a sudden flashback of seeing this girl speaking with my mother in the kitchen when I got home from school. We joked about how she looked so much like me she could have been my sister. You. I remember you. She looks different somehow. Not just older, but thinner. In fact, now that I look closer, I see that her clothes are damp and bloodstained.
Still muted, by the way? What?
I think Transfem is muted because she was AFK, yeah.
I was like, the game's not muted, is it?
I don't think so.
Whew.
This puts me more on edge. What are you doing here? And why were you following me? I need help. The statement takes me by surprise. Little does she know I can barely even help myself at the moment. The girl looks like she is about to collapse, but I'm too taut to let my guard down. I could answer any questions you have, but please, lower the gun. Hi, Zelda. I'm still aiming at her chest, which, you know, kind of hard not to.
It's a big target.
Right? Just got like a big old line right down to the just like all the vulnerable
That chest
parts.
is its own target-rich environment. Let's.
Yeah, type A, B, and like double D at least. Oh my god.
Off.
Oh my god. I hesitate. I look around to make sure this isn't a trap and then do as I'm asked. You should be more careful. You know how close I was to shooting you?
Thank you for the clip, Super Twin. Yeah, I had to make sure that was
Hey,
going to work.
thanks. I'm sorry. I saw you walking around town. I didn't know what else to do. Are you okay? You look like you're about to pass out. I've been through a lot. I feel dizzy. I need to sit down. Not before you tell me what the hell's going on. Like, Jesus Christ, get that woman some steak and orange juice or something. Like, my words are cut off as Nadia collapses. I rush forward to catch her before she hits the ground. Holding her in my arms, I see multiple bite marks on her neck. She's lost a lot of blood. Shit, just when I thought I had enough problems. Yeah, but this is a problem you can actually, maybe do something about. The fuck is steak and orange juice?
It's steak and orange juice.
Yeah. Things to, help the body replace the blood that it's lost.
You need that energy and sugar, and steaks are, like, packed with fat and meat.
And iron. Like, at the very least, get her a fucking bowl of Cheerios.
Or get her some animal crackers.
It's not... what do you mean, not together? Like, that's fine.
Well, you could have an orange demi-glace over a steak. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
You Philistine?
I look around to make sure we're still alone. Then I put her over my shoulder. She's surprisingly thin and light.
The only thing not light about her is... yeah!
Say it.
Tonight, fellas!
What do you mean? Okay, Sunny D is not orange juice. How dare you?
Sunny D is orange drink.
Yeah. Yeah, calling Sunny D orange juice is like calling...
It is orange suggestion drink.
Yeah. But it's like yeah, it is an American. No, that's called a lie. It's like comparing like grape juice and champagne. Let's just hope I can get you back to my place without getting stopped by the police. Actually, no, it's like comparing grape jelly and champagne.
Yeah, now that we have a close-up, oh my. I think she's drawn a little larger when she's drawn further away to emphasize the outfit more. But damn.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
The outfit's wet too.
Mm-hmm. And she's very much breast and boobily. Looking respectfully, drooling violently. I enter the secret base, a place I definitely didn't want to be so soon, but I'm out of options. I lay Nadia on the sofa that Karine used to sleep on. The memory makes my heart ache, but I compose myself. I sit and wait. Slowly, Nadia stirs and opens her eyes.
I have passed out once from lack of blood when I was getting my blood test for the sake of hormones and all that. It's not fun, let me tell you. Let me tell you that.
I can only imagine.
So, imagining, like, what she's dealing with right now, like, how dizzy she is, how her ears must be ringing, feeling fuzzy, the heat building up, and, like, that sense of, oh god, I'm not here anymore.
Right. Where am I? Yeah, those are some really interesting books in the background.
Yeah, I'm looking at that collection of books.
Yeah, I mean, why wouldn't you? You are a book as well.
Yeah.
It's okay. You're safe for now. I brought you back to my hideout. Sophia? Yes, it's me. What the hell happened to you? I was attacked. I managed to escape.
What?
Yeah, how did you escape getting, like, Capri-Sunned by, like, multiple vampires? Like, judging from the bite marks, she's had at least 2 different people just, like, chomp on her.
I'm surprised she's not dead.
Exactly, like... And, like, these vampires were clearly fucking messy eaters. God damn. Attacked? Escape from where? I think you'd be better start from the beginning. Here, eat this bread. It's pretty old, but you look like you need something. Sip this water. The crime of not biting each tit. I mean... Yeah, I mean, there are probably some pretty juicy veins in there, but, like, the neck is obviously the most, the easiest target. I wait patiently as Nadia takes a drink and nibbles a bit of bread. After a minute, she manages to sit up. Now, start talking. Hope you have a good reason for making me nearly shoot you. Nadia looks confused. She stares off for a moment, ordering her thoughts. Where do I start? How about from the beginning? That's usually a good place. Sophia, this is not the time for sarcasm. Right. The beginning. My mother is sick. When Agatha got arrested, I couldn't afford to help her, so I signed up for the BSP.
The BSB? Buttercup, you hear that? You're in this game.
Hmm?
Yeah.
Say what you will about the Camarilla, they encourage folks to not make a mess.
She's clicking at me.
Yeah. I feel like in this universe, the royalty would definitely be Camarilla, so this doesn't save her. They're very bourgeois.
Buttercup is clicking at me.
Aw.
So for those of you who don't know, I call Buttercup BSP sometimes because her original name, before we got her, was Sweet Potato.
Aw.
I wanted to keep that name. I still call her My Sweet Potato. Because she's
That's
glued to
cute.
me. That's her name. But I still call her BSP. Hi, baby.
I love sweet potatoes.
I mean, when she was a kitten, she looked like one.
Aw.
She was one of those scrungly looking motherfuckers.
Those are the best ones. Aren't you a little young for that? Yes, but I was desperate. I thought they'd reject me, but apparently I have a rare blood type, so they took me on. What's more, they sent me to the palace to be the personal blood maid for the princess. My mouth must have dropped open because Nadia nodded. Now, that was pretty much the reaction I had when they told me. You've met the princess? Yes, I've been working as her blood maid for 3 years. Feel a pang of jealousy.
Oh,
she
jealous
gets
Yuri.
like- Oh my god. Oh no, she bled to death, everyone. Yeah, I couldn't be helped. But I swallow it down. What is she like? Intimidating at first, but kind-hearted and open-minded when you get to know her. Wait, did she make those wounds on your neck? No, Vladka would never treat me like that. She was my friend. And why are you here? I thought blood maids never returned. They get to retire in some fancy mansion with personal servants. At least that's what they always say in the flyers.
Yeah, do they get to
she
retire
goes
to the
a
farm?
farm upstate. Yeah. I got caught spying. You were spying on the princess? No, I was spying for the princess. Okay, now I'm really confused. It's not like you imagine over there. She's a princess, but she doesn't have much freedom. The royal family are shadow rulers. The real power comes from the Elders Council. Really? Yes, it is a little like our government. You have to be careful what you say and do. It's very Russian. I can't believe the princess would have to ask permission for anything. I would just totally give her whatever she wanted. I mean, what? Well, things aren't always as they seem. What was she having you spy about? You won't believe me. Try me. She heard some rumors that she was part of the prophecy. She asked me to see if I could find out more, and I did. It seems that some members of the Elders Council also share that view, and they have been in contact with the human government. With General Barashev, to be more specific.
Uh-oh.
See, I told you you wouldn't believe me. I do believe you. What? Just like that? Yes. The prophecy is something we've been looking into in the Resistance. My mother believed Vlad could be the one. And that's partly why she was arrested. Not telling her the whole story about how she kept all of that part from the Resistance. They had no idea the Resistance was looking into it. Unofficially, we fucked up. People got killed. My eyes drift to the couch and I feel a lump rise in my throat. Anyway, we found evidence in a lab. The family tree of the progenitor gene. It wasn't complete. The final name on the list was Stefania. Stefania? That's Vlatka's mother. I know. So, it would seem she has the gene. Whether or not that makes her the one the prophecy described or not is uncertain. The gene could still be there in several generations. She is the one. How can you be so sure? Because when they locked me up for spying, she unleashed her powers.
What?
What? Powerful blood magic. It terrified the Elders' Council. Shit, this
Hi,
is
Zoe.
huge. What was their reaction? Hi, Zoe. You're cute too. How you doing tonight? Nadia shrugged. Stanislav told me the obnoxious bitch would get taken down a peg or two. That she was going away for a while to be disciplined. And he just said that in front of you? Talk about brazen. I think he wanted to hurt me. He knew Vladka and I were close. Besides,
Oh,
he
thank
didn't
you, Life.
care. Yeah, thank you, Life. Also. He knew I wouldn't talk. He was going to have me killed.
Oh. Oh! Give me just a moment. Oh no.
Ah.
So, to catch you up on the story, there are two factions, the human faction and the vampire faction. In the human faction, we have the Resistance. Sophia here was the leader of the Resistance, and she's been looking into the prophecy of the progenitor vampire. She's looking into the prophecy of the progenitor vampire. And the other main character, Vladka, who is currently essentially a shadow ruler in the vampire kingdom, is the vampire princess. She is also the one for the prophecy. And she's trying to learn a little bit more about herself, but, you know, the powers that be are trying to have her genes muted and just have her done away with, just so that she could be a figurehead.
Mm-hmm.
Also, hi, Nightshade.
They want to have the prophesized figure without any of the, the baggage that comes with that.
Yeah, because there's the guy that's kind of in charge of the vampire council who wants to marry off the princess to his son, and his son is a total putz.
Mm-hmm. Absolute entitled douchebag. What? So he did this to you? Stanislav couldn't let me go. Not after he caught me listening in. He didn't know what I had heard, which wasn't a great deal, but enough for him to not want me telling anyone. So he was just going to execute you? Worse. Stanislav blindfolded me, took me outside. I couldn't see anything, but I could hear the sound of a river, so I knew we were outside the city's walls. Her hands gripped her dress, shaking.
That explains why she's so wet when it's not raining.
Uh-huh. When they ripped the blindfold off, I saw we were in some sort of cave on a cliff. Stanislav was there, as was his son, Mihai. Oh.
Hey, this might be a potential content warning.
Yeah, God, Vladka is gonna flip her shit when she finds out that Mihai was, just sunk his teeth into her blood maid.
He had his son feed on her to the point that she almost died of blood loss. Ooh.
Right, and then, throwing her in the river. He said at least my death would serve more purpose than my life. After a while, he joined in. My vision started to blur. They were draining me dry. I knew that I would be dead by dawn, a dry husk. Her voice trembles as she recounts the tale of her ordeal. Holy fuck, that's horrible. How did you survive?
I started using garlic soap.
When vampires feed so deeply, when they give in to their primal cravings, they lose sense of reality. A blood dream takes them. Something similar happened to the princess once, but by accident. She'd never hurt me on purpose. I feel that same pang of jealousy I felt earlier. Not that I want the princess to do that to me. Woo.
So Sophia here has been plagued by dreams since she was little of the princess. She has felt a connection to the princess to the point that she essentially feels like she is in love with the princess, despite the fact that they've never physically met.
She has a parasocial relationship with.
And the princess has a parasocial relationship with her because the princess has been dreaming of her.
Mm-hmm.
Because when she first saw Nadia, she's like, she looks just like the girl from my dreams. Literally the girl out of my dreams.
When you lurk in a streamer's chat and don't say anything, and then she also lurks in yours. The princess? This is crazy. I know, but luckily for me, when they're in this trance, it takes them a few moments to come to their senses. Before I lost consciousness, I broke free and ran. There's no way I could have escaped them normally, even with a head start. I was weak and they can fly. I thought my flight was futile, but I had to try something. So, how did you get away? Read the room, Sophia. Just outside the cave, the cliff dropped away. The river ran below. You jumped off the cliff? Better than the alternative, I suppose. That was my thought. I didn't expect to survive the fall. There are rocks and rapids in the river. I had Stanislav rush out to catch me, but they saw me jump. They didn't bother following.
Yeah, she put on her plot armor life vest.
Yep. I was like, well, we didn't see the body. We're gonna assume she's dead. They must have assumed the fall would kill me if the rapids didn't.
To be fair, by all accounts and purposes, she should have died there. If not from the rocks,
Right.
if not from the rapids, from the rapid blood loss and potentially passing out and just drowning in the river.
Right. Even when getting even if she hadn't been thrown into the river there, being juiced by the two vampires and then having open wounds in the middle of
Hi,
running
Annalise
water,
Bloodrose. Thank you so much for the follow.
Mm-hmm. You're made of strong stuff.
Oh yeah, don't forget about
Yeah.
hypothermia too.
Yeah, she hit a big old trifecta there and somehow walked away. It's because they didn't check to see if her body was there. I just did what anyone would. Tried to survive. When the river slowed, I crawled to a bank and slept. When I woke up, it was morning and I realized I was close to the border. I walked all day until I saw you. Shit, I thought you looked terrible, but I had no idea. Eat your food. I'll see if I can find anything else. I should have let you rest first. Yeah, you really should, shouldn't you?
Oh.
Getting my message to you is more important. Vladka, she will be here soon. Here? What do you mean, here? The human side? Yes, right now. She may already be on her way, and she's in danger. I don't know all the information, but I know Stanislav and Barishev are not being completely honest. What? Surely.
No.
Man in power with a princess you on the line here, and yeah,
I would at least see them meet
Sure.
up.
right? But they're planning something. I think they're scared of what Vladka may become. Do they plan to kill her? No, I don't think so. But I can't be certain. Stanislav's son is due to marry Vladka upon her return. Lord Stanislav stands
Hi,
to lose
Amun!
much if she dies. Oh my god, Amonadel, thank you so much for the raid.
Here, let me
Yes.
pause so you can say hi to the Raiders.
I mean, I've read a lot of 40k, and I hear there's like some overlap there. I mean, they both have a god emperor. But they certainly don't want her coming into her full powers. That much is clear. I think peace would jeopardize the authority they both enjoy. Bastards. Where is she being taken? I don't know the exact location, but one of the large mansions. I've got to go. I can't let it come to any harm.
I'll get you some more bread and water when I come back.
Yeah, you just kind of sit there and try not to bleed anymore. You'll bring the resistance in to help?
No, I'm gonna solo them. Let me solo her. Let me solo her!
I'm no longer part of the resistance. What? It's a long story, but it's just me now. You'll never make it on your own. It would be suicide. I came to you because I thought there would be many of you.
I only need me and this gun, baby.
I can't sit here and do nothing. If we're right and she is the one, this could finally be the end of suffering, beginning of true peace. I think more blood will spill before any peace comes. Probably yours if you go alone.
No, I've got plot armor.
Yeah, it's dangerous to go alone. That's why I've got this. There's no other way. We can't leave Vlatka to those vultures.
Each casing is like
Anyway.
half a pound.
True. But hey, she's used to carrying around, several pounds just kind of on her chest.
Oh,
Like this angle does a lot more to like emphasize how much she's.
yeah, I
breast
wonder why they
immovable
use
than
this
her-
angle.
I wonder. Just say the blood on her. Yeah, I mean a little, just a little, but.
Oh,
like-
wait, there's blood?
Anyway, you came to me for help, did you not? And now you'd convince me not to go? I was returning home and I saw you. I knew you were Agatha's daughter. I know she was arrested due to vampire propaganda. I thought maybe the resistance could help. I just didn't know what else to do or who else to turn to. You did the right thing coming to me. We need to act fast. I had no other choice. Can't you at least tell them?
You go tell them.
There's not enough time to explain everything. Besides, getting one person past the guards is easier than getting a group past, right? I've got a head start. Maybe they haven't even announced the princess's arrival to the public yet. They won't be expecting anyone to know.
I can maybe go another 30 minutes because it is... I have been live for almost 6 hours now, and the stomach is starting to rumbly.
Understood. Let me know when you hit your limit. Yes, as far as I'm aware, they'll be making the announcement in the morning. So I must act now, tonight. Otherwise, we'll miss our opportunity. I still think it's crazy. Look, I don't want you to get killed. I looked up to Agatha. She supported me for years. I don't want to be responsible for the death of her daughter.
Eh!
I've got God and lesbians on my side. Then relax. I take full responsibility for my own actions. Right now, there's nothing anyone could say that would stop me. Then at least let me come with you. No way. This is too dangerous. You're a maid, I'm a soldier, and, also you're still recovering from massive blood loss. I've seen combat. Too much of it. I'll not have your blood on my hands. Besides, look at you. Need rest and food. But nothing. You'd be a liability at best and a burden at worst. Or a corpse. My words are harsh, but they're the truth and Nadia knows it. Better cold words than another cold, lifeless body. She bows her head and sighs.
Jeez.
What can I do?
Eat.
Yep. Wait for me here and regain your strength. If all goes well, I might be back with the princess. And if not, if for some reason I don't make it, take the information in the resistance. But it's best to keep them out of it for now. Give me 48 hours. Give me a chance to shoot my shot with the princess.
Yeah,
Okay.
don't cock block me. Don't cock block me, Nadia.
Don't clam jam me.
All right, clam jam. Jesus Christ.
You're welcome. Okay, I'll wait. But if I don't hear anything in 48 hours, I'm going for help. Oh, I'm sure you're going to hear something. Turn the radio on. It'll be all over the news come morning. And we're racing through these chapters now. I like how the interior of the window of like this limo gives a very like funereal vibe.
Yeah. I'm just... How is this top working to keep everything covered?
Blood magic. But then again, it does kind of raise the question, where the hell are her nipples?
Exactly my point. Ugh.
Jesus.
I think this might be a good spot to pause for now.
Yeah, that's entirely fair. I can, we'll have to arrange for another time to do this.
Absolutely, we will have to do this more often. I will keep you updated on like what's going on, and especially if like if we could do this earlier in the day, so we can get a little more done.
You know what? Next week, I am gonna be I'm gonna have Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday off. I'm gonna be doing stuff for Trans Lifeline. We could easily pen in some of that time right about then.
I might be able to on Friday. I will keep you updated. But for now,
All right,
YouTube.
please do.
We'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye, YouTube.
Bye-bye.